Movements against dams on the Narmada River. As a part of environmental movements, we are going to discuss about this topic. So, what happened on a Narmada River issue? So, we are going to discuss. So, when we got the independence in the 1950s, our first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, he had one planned economy. So, as per that planned economy, he wanted to develop two sectors. One is industrial sector and one more is agriculture sector. To develop these both sector, he was needed multi-purpose dam. So to develop these both sectors, he needed multi-purpose dams. So what is the use of multi-purpose dams means? So dams can be stored water. So if they construct the dams, some amount of water can be stored in some place. And second one is that they can irrigate the water, means they can provide the irrigation facility to the land, agricultural land. And third one is they can generate electricity also. So with this industries can run. And fourth one is these multi-purpose dams can control the floods, and moreover it can prevent from the droughts. So these are the benefits from by the construction of the dam. So that is the reason he started constructing multi-purpose dams. So he had constructed Bhakra Nangal, Hirakud and Nagarjuna Sagar dams. Not only this, afterwards also many governments had constructed many number of dams. It may be the major or minor. But when they are constructing the dams and they are looking at these all profits, but no one is asking about the people who are vacating from that place. When they want to construct the dam, some thousands of people have to vacate from their villages. It means that they have to move from their own place to another place where the government will allot. And the next one is they are deforestating the trees. A number of trees are cut down here. And third one is some thousands of acres of agricultural land. It will be spoiled here. Means that they cannot do the agriculture work there. Why? Because that all land will be stored by the water. And fourth one, the number of animals will be displaced. It means it will be moved from one place to another place. So when they are moving from one place to another place, what happens most of the time, they arrange these animals into the artificial parks, not in the forest area. Forest is nothing but some thousands of large tract area. So whereas animals can live independently with the freedom, so they can move there. But in a when the artificial park is established, they will not get the sufficient place to move there, and they will not get the liberty there. So these all things are happening, but nobody is asking about them. Not only this, the people when they are moving from one place to another place, they are not getting sufficient place there. Means nothing but there is no shelter for them. And next one, the people when they lose their land or their house, so it will have some amount of they will have some property which can be paid to them. So that is nothing but compensation. That compensation is not given by the government. If they pay also, they are giving a very small amount which is not sufficient to them. So example, if when the agricultural farmer when they are living in their own village, they will have their own land, their own house. So that can be not given. When they move from one place to another place, if they give also, they will not get the sufficient land. If their land also, maybe it may not be the fertile land. So then the people will lose their employment. So these all things completely ignoring. So who is ignoring here? Government is ignoring. So through this, the people are not getting any benefit. And next one, means when the education, when the literacy has increased, when the people are becoming educated, they started questioning to the government. The expenditure which is happening, the loss which is happening here by the deforestation, or the fields which are stopped by the agriculture, cultivation and storing the water here, and the villages which they have vacated, and people also vacated from there. And this all loss which is happening is not matching to the investment which they are putting on the dams. If they put on the dam also investment, they are not giving the adequate results here. It means the expenditure which they are putting and the loss which is happening, the both are not matching. And next one is the cost of the dam is increasing. How it is increasing? Initially, when the government vacating the villages and they are announcing, they are calling for the tenders for the contractors. and the contractors, they come and they give some amount. So that amount will be fixed by the government. But gradually, slowly, what happens here, the dams, construction of the dam will be not started because of delay of either by the government or by the contractor. It will be delayed. So when it is delayed, then what happens, automatically all the products prices will be increased. So prices of the products will be increased, and not only that, even wages of the workers also will be increased. So due to what here, delay in construction, all the prices will be increased. Then initially whatever the figure has given will be not matched when they finish the contract work, when they finish construction of the dams. Then automatically the investment of the dam is increasing here. And secondly, before the construction of the dam, the government the engineers, they give some figure. What kind of figure? Some acres of land will get the irrigation facility. Some thousands of acres of land will get the irrigation water facility here. And the second one, some lakhs of watts electricity will be generated by the construction of the dam. So these figure will be given by the government. But finally, what is happening when they constructed, automatically when the dam is constructed, that figure is not matching with that. So then people, when the government is announcing to start to construct the major or any minor dam, then people start questioning to the government. Why? Because these all questions are coming up with them. So whatever the loss is happening to the people, these all questions they are asking to the government. So once again I am repeating here, movements against the dams on the river. So firstly, by the government, first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, he was started construction of multi-purpose dams like a Bhakra Nangal, Hirakud, Nagarjuna Sagar dams. So these multi-purpose dams are very useful for storing of water and to provide irrigation facility and to generate the electricity. And next one, to control them from the floods, all the villages and towns, and to prevent from the droughts. So these all benefits they can get from the dams by the multi-purpose dams. But the people are the government. No one is asking about the people who are vacating from the villages to construct the dams, and the trees which they are felling down, and fields, some lakhs of thousands of acres of fields, they are spoiling here to reserve the water, and the animals which are displaced from one place to another place. So not only that, and their government is completely ignoring the people who are vacating from the village, whether they are getting the place to live or not, and whether they are given shelter or not. So these all things are completely ignored by the government here. And second one, they are not paying, government is not paying sufficient compensation to them. The loss which is happening to the people, that amount should be paid to the people, but government is not paying. If they are paying also, they are paying only the small price. So slowly when the people became educated and they began questioning to the government, the expenditure which is happening here, the loss which is happening to the people by the deforestation or spoiling of the fields, some thousands of acres of land, and the villages which they are vacating, this loss is not matching to the investment which they are putting on the dams. So there is no adequate results. They are not getting any adequate results here. Even cost of the dams also increasing. It's becoming very huge. Why? Because initially when they put the figure is not matching to the finally when they are ending the construction of the dams. Because due to the delay in construction, mostly by the contractor or government, so construction of the dam will be delayed. Then automatically the prices of the products will be increased, and prices of the workers will be increased. Wages of the workers will be increased. And secondly, the thing what is happening here, major thing is the government announces one figure. What kind of figure? Once the construction of the dams is finished, then some thousands of acres or some lakhs of acres of land will get the irrigation facility. They give one figure. And second one, electricity also, some figure they will give, so the so and so figure of electricity will be generated. But finally when they are finishing the construction of dams, it is not matching with them initially which they have given. So then these all questions are coming up with by the people when the government starts it may be the major or minor dams when they want to construct. Now these all questions started questioning to the questioning to the government by the people as well as the scientists and environmentalists. So the people started demanding the compensation. When people have realized that they are not benefiting from the government and the facilities which are given by the government, so then they started demanding fair compensation. And not only that, rehabilitation is nothing but a living facility with the land, rehabilitation with the land in the sense, example, in a previous place, these people, agricultural farmers, so they had some acres of land to do the agriculture work, but when they shifted to another place, that people should be given some land to do the same agriculture work. Otherwise they may lose the employment, or else they cannot do any other work. So that is the reason government should provide some facility, rehabilitation with land, and afforestation also. Just now we discussed, for the construction of the dams, the government is doing the deforestation. So then the people as well as the environmentalists started demanding government should allot some place for forest area, and afforestation also should be done. Then only the government can construct the dams. So these all things issues came up with which river? Narmada river issue. Why? Because the government wanted to construct a number of dams and dams on a Narmada river, especially this issue on about the Sardar Sarovar Dam. This issue was realized, and even they realized two things here mainly. First one is what? The government is not providing adequate land to the people. First one is what here? The government is not providing the adequate land, no sufficient land to the people. Means they are losing. Suppose example, in a previous place they lost 10 acres of land. So at least here also they should provide 10 acres of land, but they are not providing 10. They are giving maybe the 2 acres, 3 acres. So it means a small amount they are paying as a compensation. And they are doing this all by the faulty notion of development. So they are showing the cause of development, and they are putting a lot of amount, they are wasting a lot of things here on the name of development. So that has become as a faulty notion of development. So this is creating what? The people are becoming as a unskilled manual workers here. Because of these all things, they are becoming as unskilled manual works. How it becomes? Example, previously he was doing a agricultural work. If the government is not giving the land to the agricultural farmers, so they cannot do any other work. So they are skilled in agriculture. So when the land is not given to them, they will become as unskilled. They had to go to any other labor work. So they become as unskilled workers here. So that is the way government is making them as unskilled manual workers. And about this issue, even we have the people, when they started construction Sardar Sarovar Dam on a Narmada river, all the people started opposing of the construction of dam. Even in a chapter 11, sorry, here 12 given. In a chapter 11, you have heard that Baba Mahalia has written one letter to the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Digvijay Singh. He writes one letter to the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. His name was Digvijay Singh. He explains all the issues of the tribal people, how they live, what is their lifestyle, if they vacated from that place to another place, what kind of problems they will face. That everything he will write in a letter, even though that is not considered by the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. So then this issue has become as a Andolan. Andolan is nothing but movement, Narmada Bachao Andolan, NBA. For the construction of this Sardar Sarovar project, the World Bank was ready to give funds for the construction of Sardar Sarovar Dam. Who was sponsoring here? The World Bank was sponsoring for the welfare of the people. World Bank did not think that they are spoiling these all things of the tribal people and some other people. They thought that the people may develop. The World Bank, on the name of welfare of the people, they were giving funds for the construction of dams. But when the people started movement, Narmada Bachao Andolan, so what kind of protest here? All people started intense protest and mobilization. Means that the people were gathering and they were opposing. And the marches, some thousands of people were doing the marches, and hunger fast also continued. Even international campaign also they did. So these through this all process they were opposing construction of the Sardar Sarovar project. Then World Bank withdraw its funding. So beginning they were ready to give money for the construction of dam when they have seen these all things like intense forest mobilization, marches, hunger fast, international campaign. So then they withdraw its funding to the government. Means they were not ready to pay the money, or they were not ready to give the money to construction of the dam. So finally government was failed. Means the all the people when they opposed, the government has stopped construction of dams, and it made to think all the people. Means even the people also has to think that when they want to construct the dam, when the government is showing the interest, or not only the government, if they are showing interest, it may be showed interest by the poor people or rich people or any other people. So then it cannot be considered, only it should be considered only welfare of the people. So even on the name of development induced displacement, means the people who are displaced, so the people government has to think about them. So that issue has come up here, development induced displacement. Displacement means for the construction of the dam, so number of people were displaced, it means moved from one place to another place. So government has to take care of them, they have to provide proper place for them, and with land. And next one is a compensation also should be paid sufficiently. So that issue has come up here. And once again I am repeating here, when Sardar Sarovar Dam started constructing, the people started demanding what is that fair demand, like a paying compensation, and second one is rehabilitation, nothing but providing shelter with the land which they lost in the previous place. And afforestation means most of the forest is deforested, means they are cutting down. So that land should be again provided, and the government should do afforestation also. And even the people have realized two things here: the government is not providing the adequate land, sufficient land, and second one is they're means occupying all the land, villages, everything on the name of faulty notion of development. So they are showing the cause of development, and they are occupying these all things, and they want to construct the dam, but sufficiently it's not giving the fruitful result to the people. And moreover, it is making what unskilled manual workers, the people who are moving from one place to another place. When the government is not providing the agricultural land to them, they had to go for the labor work. They had to work in an unorganized sector. They become as a unskilled laborers. So it is made by the government. That is what government has to realize here. So then people started opposing the construction of the dam. Not only the people, even environmentalists and scientists, everybody was started opposing. And this movement, Narmada Bachao Andolan movement was started, and this movement was supported by the Medha Patkar. Keep in mind here, once again I am repeating, Medha Patkar led this movement, Narmada Bachao Andolan. And tribal head Baba Mahalia, he wrote one letter to the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Digvijay Singh, describing about the living style of the tribal people. If they are shifted from that place to, if they are displaced from that place to another place, how the people will suffer. That everything clearly he described in his letter, even though it was not considered by the government. And for the construction of the dam, World Bank was funding. The World Bank thought that it's only the welfare of the people, but when the people started intense protest, mobilization, marches, hunger fast, international campaigns, these all things when they did, World Bank withdraw its funding. They were not ready to give money. They were not ready to give funds to the government of India for the construction of dam. So finally, if you see, it was failed. The government has failed to look after the people. So then they have to stop, and they have to think about the people, and it should not be constructed on the interest of the poor people or rich people or the powerful people. They have to think about the development induced displacement, the people who are losing the facilities, the people who are evacuated, the people who are displaced, about them they have to think. That is what they made to realize all the people here. State of India's environment. So it's a very important topic, but it has given in a small box in this lesson, but you may get for 1 mark or 2 marks question. So why it is important means, so CSE is nothing but a Center for Science Environment. So it was founded by Anil Agarwal in which year? In 1980. So it was founded by Anil Agarwal in 1980, and it is about to study environmental and developmental issues. In which country? Only in India. So keep in mind here, state of India's environment. It's nothing but CSE. CSE is nothing but Center for Science and Environment. It was founded by Anil Agarwal in 1980. It is to study about the environmental and developmental issues in India, and not only that, to build awareness about the problems. So what kind of problems? About the environmental issues. So to bring awareness or to build awareness about the problems and which are related to environment. And it began with the publication of its famous series Citizen Report of India's Environment. So first publication started with what? Citizens Report of State of India's Environment. In which year? In 1982. So in 1982, with the first publication it was started, and these reports have become authoritative references. Authoritative references is nothing but it clearly describes and it gives clear information about India's environmental issues. So it can be referred on various environmental issues and presently facing whatever the issues we are facing now in the present today. So that all the issues will be given in this publication. So once again I am repeating here, State of India's Environment. It's a CSE, Center for Science and Environment. So it was founded by Anil Agarwal in 1980. Which year? In 1980. It is to study about environmental and developmental issues, and to build this has founded, means established to build awareness about the problems, especially environmental issues. It began with the Citizens first publication, Citizens Report of State of India's Environment in 1982. So first publication about the environmental issues it was started, and it has become as authoritative references, and they are publishing the issues which we are facing today about India. So that all they are means they are publishing in this. Silent Valley Movement from 1973 to 1985. So when it was proposed to build a dam across two rivers. So in a Silent Valley from 1973, in a Kerala government has proposed to build a dam across the two rivers in a Silent Valley. So where it is located, this Silent Valley, it is located nearby Western Ghats, in an area of Western Ghats. It is located in Kerala state. So keep in mind here, Silent Valley is located in Kerala, especially nearby Western Ghats. So they wanted to construct a dam across the two rivers. Then what happened here? The people, means many educated people, realized that this would be a disaster for the rare species of animals as well as plants. If they construct the dam, then what happens here? It will be disasters. Disaster is nothing but it's a destruction or it's a spoiling of what rare species of animals as well as plants. Who thought that? The many educated people of Kerala. We know that Kerala is very highest, Kerala has the highest literacy and highest educated people there. That people started thinking, and this included one of the most endangered primate species. Which one? The lion-tailed macaque. The lion-tailed macaque. So which is located, means which is living in this area, Silent Valley area. It's a one kind of monkey you never find in any other place. So you find only in this area only, the lion-tailed macaque. It's a like a rare species of and a kind of monkey. So then what happened when the people started opposing that? So especially the people were mobilized by the Kerala Shastra Sahitya Parishad, KSSP. So they ask, define the KSSP in a 1 mark question or in a choose the correct answer, multiple choice. So then you have to write Kerala Shastra Sahitya Parishad. So these, with the help of this organization, people started mobilizing, and they started the major movement. Even they went to the court also. What is that? They appealed to the court that they are felling of trees. Why? Because it's constructing in a Western Ghats area. Western Ghats is nothing but a forest area. If they construct this dam, they have to cut down number of trees. So then they appealed to the court. Then court has given order that not to construct the dam. So finally, then what happened? This Silent Valley announced as, means made as a national park in 1985. So here you think here, when the educated people started questioning automatically what happened, the construction of the dam was stopped. So it has became as a national park in 1985. So we should know one more thing also. Sometimes you may get the question, one more question: why this place is called as a silent valley? So then you have to understand that the forest here did not have the crickets. So we know that cricket is a one kind of creature. So it makes the sound, crack sound. So these crickets doesn't have in this silent valley. So this forest here did not have the crickets, and therefore the forest was very silent. Only the lion-tailed macaque and many other species of insects and birds are unique to it. Very rare species are living here. So keep in mind why it is called as a silent means in a forest area on the tree night times. If you observe crickets, this creature makes much sound. So because of this sound, the people started getting fear or panic. But this sound you never get in silent valley. Why? Because these crickets are not there. So once again I am repeating here. Silent Valley movement from 1973 to 85. When the government want to construct a dam, when they want to build a dam across the two rivers in a silent valley, which is located in a Western Ghats area. This is in Kerala part, nothing but Kerala state. Then people started opposing. Why? Because it's like a disaster to the rare species of animals and plants. So they may die, or if they are displacing also, they may lose a shelter. So then, and one more kind of rare species also, the lion-tailed macaque. It's a one kind of monkey which is living in this place. So then the people started gathering with the help of the organization Kerala Shastra Sahitya Parishad. So this organization mobilized all the people and they continued the major movement here. Even they went to the court, they appealed to the court that they are cutting down all the forest area. Then court has given judgment not to construct dam on Silent Valley. Finally, it made as a national park. In which year? In 1985. This movement started in 1973, ended in 1985 finally by making the national park. And why this area is called as a Silent Valley means this forest doesn't have any crickets. Crickets is nothing but it's a creature which make a much sound in a night time. So you find some lion-tailed macaque and other species of insects and birds here which are unique. So which you never find in other places. So you find here.